uncertainty. Okay. So we were discussing uncertainty. Is it clearly visible? Okay. So first let me give you an example. 3 years ago around, when, or just take the beginning when this online cab services started, like Ola, Uber, okay. Now when they started their service, at that time pay of drivers were around 10,000 per month. Now what those people who used to drive the car for others, what they thought, if they can contribute 1 lakh rupees, then on EMI they can get their own car. Okay. So now when they are able to purchase their own car, they are able to earn around rupees 50,000 per month. From these online cab services. By driving car for this online cab services, they are able to earn around 50,000 per month. As a result of this, those who were earning 10,000, their salary increased to 50,000. On the other hand, those who are not driving their own car, now they are charging around rupees 20 to 25,000 to drive your car. So this is just one of the example of uncertainty. How these people who came into the business just 3 years ago, they changed the whole level of employment for drivers, right? They have completely changed the scenario. So similarly, this is just one of the example. Now, when you look about the business environment, right? Now, when you look at the business environment, similarly, business environment is also ever changing. So when business environment is so changing, it is difficult to predict what kind of skill is required. Predictability of skills is difficult, because what is happening when you have to decide what kind of skills you have to give, first you decide what will be the job that people will be doing, then you decide in which industry they will be doing, and then you decide what skill is required. Okay, so you do this bottom up approach, then you understand. First you find out what job they will do, then you find out for which industry they will do that job, and then you find what kind of skill you need to give them. But you have to understand, when the role of job is changing, when the industry is changing, business environment is changing, then it becomes a challenge to predict what kind of skill you need to give. Because this is not a short-term policy, this is a long-term policy that over the decade, or as I told you in case of demographic dividend, if we would have done long-term analysis, we would have been come to know that by 2000, when we reach 2000 or when we cross 2000, we will be having demographic dividend. So our workforce will be around 52%. So as a result of this, we need this many skill centers in India. But since we did not make long-term plan at that time, we are facing problem of skill shortage. Similarly, when today policymakers sit and decide what kind of skill they need to give, they need to have a long-term vision and predict what will be the business environment 10 years, 15 years from now, what kind of job people will be doing, and then they will predict what kind of skill it is necessary to give. But you have to understand, I am predicting the job that people will be doing after 10 years, right? I am predicting this thing. But I don't know, today I am sitting in 2016 and predicting for 2026. But by the time I reach 2026, maybe my whole prediction can go wrong, right? My whole prediction can go wrong because business environment has seen sea change in 2026. So as a result of this, uncertainty cause challenges in designing any skill program, whether it is for India or for any other economy. Deciding on what skill to give face this challenge. Okay? Is it clear? Okay. Now I will discuss broad principles on which Skill India program should be based. Principles for Skill India program. Okay, what should be the broad principles? Now, first principle is, when the government plans to give skill or when policy is made on skill impartment, first thing that should be bear in mind is that employee, or not employee, the other right, workers. They're not employed. They should not be just made job seekers, okay? They should seek for opportunities. Point is, when you are imparting skill, your focus should be on not just making people good job seekers. Rather, they should be made such that they can look for new opportunities for them. Why? Because if they are not able to look for opportunity for them, they will not be able to upgrade their skill. You may have find that, okay, this is the kind of job that they will be required, and for this I will be giving this particular kind of skill. But we know that job requirement can change, skill requirement can change. So people should be imparted skill in such a way that rather than just seeking the job on the basis of their skill, they should look for opportunities. So when they will look for opportunities, they will, before opportunities or before the good time come for them or before boom period come in the economy, they can predict what they need to do to reap the benefits of the opportunities that lie ahead. So people should be able to predict opportunities and not just seek job. Okay? So this should be the first principle. Second point is, focus should be on creating good learners and not good workers. Imparting skills should be done in such a way that those who take skills become good learner and they don't become just good workers. Because if they will become good workers, then they are good till their work is required. If their work is not required, then they are of no use to the company. So they should be good learners. Focus should be on increasing the learning ability of the people and not just making them good workers. Okay? This point is self-explained. They should be good learners so that even if new challenges or new skill is required, they can easily learn it. If you are a good learner, you can learn anything. If you are a good worker, then you just know how to do your work. Okay? Is it clear? It's a difference in job seeking and looking for opportunity. See, I have given you the example of Ola and Uber, right? When you are just looking for job, what you will do, you will search whose car you can drive. But if you can sense the opportunity, you will stop driving others' car and you will try how to bring out with your own car and run them for Ola and Uber. Can you see the difference from the example of Ola and Uber, Ani? If you are a job seeker, you will just see where there is vacancy to drive the car. But if you can sense opportunity, then you know how to make benefit of your skill to earn more. Is this example clear, Ani? Okay. Basically, when you are focusing on your job or when you are focusing on only job search, then you have a short-term vision. When you are looking for opportunity, it is with a long-term vision. Okay, now your third point should be employers. Now, employers are those people who will hire you. Now, in order to design any skill program or skill policy, employers should not be looked upon just as customers. Okay? Not only customers. Not only. Rather, they should be looked as integral part of skill policy. Okay, when you are giving particular kind of skill to the people, then who is going to hire them? Employers or the industry is going to hire them. So they are the customers who will be buying your skilled workforce, right? If government has given skill to 100 people, then this 100 workers will be, or their skill will be purchased by the people who will hire them. But the suggestion for Skill India program, or suggestion or principle on which it should be based, is that employers should not be looked just as the customer. They should be looked as the integral part of skill policy. Now, why I am saying that they should be looked as the integral part, the reason for which I am saying that they should be looked as the integral part is that, first of all, it is industry where they are going to work. So if any policy is designed with the input from the industry, then obviously it will always meet the requirement of the industry. Second thing is, because of uncertainty and because of changing business environment, jobs will become obsolete in time to come, right? If the skill is not upgraded. So this environment or this uncertainty is so fast that it is only the place where you are employed is that you can get those skills, because this technology development is so fast that the best place where you can upgrade your skill is the place where you are working. So if employers or your prospective employers are made integral part of skill policy, first, if they will give the input in skill policy, then those skill policy or the skill that have been imparted will always meet their requirement. Second thing is, it is not possible for government to keep on upgrading skill every time, because more and more people when enter workforce, it is also necessary to give skill to those who are entering the workforce rather than just upgrading the skill of those who have already entered. So because of this changing environment and because this upgradation of skill requirement is so fast, that best place where you can upgrade your skill is in the premises of your employer. So as a result of this, they should be forming integral part of the skill policy. Okay?